Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, and how we're going to fix this bad boy together. Today, we're going to do a special update on the whole cartel, terrorist organization, Mexican president. They're shooting at our people across the board. That whole thing, yeah, there was so much stuff that happened this week. I couldn't get to this story until right now. We've got Reaper drones going over Mexican airspace. The Mexican president is downplaying the importance of that because I'm sure that's not important at all, stacked with all the things that we've been covering on that exact same topic. Now, everything that I'm going to give you right now is linked into the description box below, along with the link to the X profile at BradenLOA if you want to follow along while I post all this stuff in real time. And guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. We are diving into freedom on the daily, and now let's do just that. All right. So as I mentioned in a little monologue right there, this has been something that has intrigued me. The designation of terrorist organizations to the cartels, and then them shooting at us across the border, and then them authorizing, drones with weaponized C4 on them, those types of things. Well, ever since I've been fascinated with that, and you guys have kind of followed along, we've now got a new development. Check this out. The U.S. declares the following as foreign terrorist organizations. I'm just going to name the cartels and the groups: Tren de Agua, MS-13, Sinaloa Cartel, Jalisco New Generation Cartel, United Cartels, Gulf Cartel, Northeast Cartel, and Minahocauan family. I may have said that, Minahocauan. I can't remember ever say it right. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's the last one. All right. So basically what Trump did was he comes out and he flat out goes, yeah, you're all terrorists. Now remember, this is important because the Mexican president came out and said, well, if you guys determine that they're terrorist organizations, we are going to have to amend those gun laws or those gun lawsuits that are happening in United States courts from the Mexico government, because then you would be in accommodating with terrorists, right? Because A plus B equals corrupt. Yeah, let's just keep going. But that's what's happened in this case. They've now been called and designated terrorist organizations. This is big because the bluff has been called, and now we've got drones. In fact, look what Elon Musk posted. He said, that means they're eligible for drone strikes. Interesting verbiage here, because if you guys know what's happening, which we're about to cover right here, they've got these types of Reaper drones, the MQ-9s. They've been in the Middle East kind of doing anti-terrorist stuff for quite a while, and it's kind of what they do. Well, that's some evidence of what they've done recently, and now, wouldn't you know it, the CIA has secretly deployed MQ-9 Reaper drones over Mexico, tracking drug cartels as part of Trump's plan to treat them like terrorist organizations, from CNN. Okay, let's keep going with this. Alert, the U.S. confirms it is getting ready to target narco-terrorists inside Mexico. Prepare for drone strikes. Now again, this is their reporting. I'm not saying this, they are. Alert, over cartel territory in Mexico right now. We have got our drones that we have been using for the better part of 10 to 15 years against terrorists in the Middle East, now flying in Mexican airspace. And you also remember last week when we talked about it, and the Senate for Mexico authorized the special forces of the United States inside Mexican borders to train their personnel. Guys, this is a situation. All right, now let's get over here. This is from Colin Rugg. I'm going to read a few of these things, and you see those same numbers, MQ-9. Check this out. Just in, the United States is now using MQ-9 Reaper drones to target Mexican drug cartels, according to CNN. By designating the Mexican cartels as terrorist organizations, the United States could take out the cartels and their drug labs. This sound familiar? It's like the Middle East was a dry run for this. Anyway. The drones over Mexico are not currently armed, but have been used to target terrorists in Syria, Iraq, and Somalia. Quote, we're seeing these Reaper drones quite literally on the hunt in international airspace over in Mexico, looking for the criminal drug cartels and their fentanyl labs, this individual reported. Quote, they are ramping up their operations in combating these criminal organizations, something that the president promises to designate them as terrorist organizations. And as I showed you earlier, he's already done it. Guys, Mexicans allow special forces of the United States into Mexico to train their people. We've got reconnaissance airplanes over international space alongside the Mexican border. We've now got MQ-9 Reaper drones, the same ones that are being used in the Middle East in order to take out terrorists and the terrorist organization designation. Guys, do you see what's happening? Okay, Let's just keep going. Let me show you a little snippet here of what this woman says in her reporting, Allie Bradley.
We're seeing these Reaper drones quite literally on the hunt in international airspace over in Mexico, looking for the criminal drug cartels and their fentanyl labs. They are ramping up their operations and combating these criminal organizations, something that the president, of course, promises to designate them as a terrorist organization. So these
Which
are
he's
called
done.
MQ-9 Reaper drones, and they're out there carrying out these stealthy, covert missions. And they are not currently armed, but they can be equipped with payloads for precision strikes. The CIA, however, has not been authorized to use these drones to take lethal actions, officials told the New York Times, adding that they do not envision using these drones to conduct airstrikes. For now, the CIA officers in Mexico are passing information that is being collected by these drones to Mexican officials. They are adamant about finding these fentanyl labs, dismantling them, which apparently emit chemicals that make them easier to find from the air. And that's why they are doing this from the air with these drones, because of that access. Now, this.
All right. Did you catch what she just said? She just said the people collecting the data in Mexico are passing it along to the Mexican people, the Mexican officials, the Mexican intelligence agencies. You read between the lines there. We've got special forces. The Senate in Mexico allowed them in. Now we've got drone data collectors in Mexico passing it along. All right, guys, are you seeing what's happening? There's an entire infrastructure that's being built against the cartels, if not already built. But let's continue. Let's go on. Here's the CNN proof, CIA flying covert drones. And finally, this is the coup de grace right here. The Mexican president downplays the U.S. drone report as part of a little campaign. Guys, it's nothing. Okay, before I dive into this and show you some of the things that are important here, let me just bring this up to speed. So far, the Mexican president has threatened gun companies in the United States with, "You'll be an accessory to terrorism if you guys don't back off." She has said that the drones and the usage of drones is no big deal. And she's also said there will never be Americans inside Mexico going after the cartels. And then she was seen publicly with a cartel-linked general. One of these things looks like the other. All right. Let's keep on going, guys, because she's covering for him. So this is from Mexico City, Reuters. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum on Tuesday looked to downplay a report of covert U.S. drones flights spying on drug cartels in Mexico, saying it was part of a little campaign without giving further details. It's part of this little campaign, Sheinbaum said, using a diminutive in Spanish that looked to minimize the issue. Kind of like saying it's no big deal, right? It was not clear whether the little campaign she was referring to was Trump's security campaign or referring to the U.S. government's media campaign around targeting cartels. So everything that I just showed you, and the president of Mexico is out there saying, guys, it's not a big deal. We're fine. We're fine. I don't know why I'm squeaky, but we're fine. Guys, you are quite literally looking at an infrastructure that is being built and it is designed for destruction. And that's the update I've got for you guys. First, they came after us with bullets. Then they authorized weaponized drones with C4. And now they're getting our own drones and terrorist organizations and presidents and all sorts of good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one.